So, welcome to my presentation. It's all about concept musicals. So my question is, now here this is a concept musical. What is a concept musical? What are the challenges of producing this type of show? And what are the opportunities? So, what is a concept musical? A concept musical is a piece of theatre that has a non-linear structure and doesn't follow the traditional art of having a plot. For example, Cats is a concept musical due to their scenes not necessarily building up narratively. Instead, they complement one another, intellectually or emotionally. The trend began to flourish in the late 1960s, starring in hits like Cabaret and Hair. However, they did the very first one. It isn't confirmed what one it is, but it's believed that it began in the early 1940s. Directors grew particular interest in concept musicals due to their freedom of expression and experimentation compared to traditional theatrical structures. So, what are the challenges of producing this type of show? Some critics argue that it's harder for concept musicals to find commercial success because the concept or theme may not always be clear-cut. This means that the content is often more divisive than that of traditional musicals. So what they're saying is basically it hasn't got that clear storyline which audience particularly draw to. So at times it's not particularly directed for young audiences, it's more directed for older from teen onwards because they find it more intellectually informative and they can take this information and make change in the world about it. So in the long run, it's better for more the older generation than the younger generation of people watching theatre. So their main aim is to convey a message rather than tell a story. But due to every single member of the audience having a different view on conveying theme, it can convey a lot of mixed debates. This can convey a lot of... it can be beneficial if your aim is for your audience to feel affected by the theme and make changes on it in the real world. However, with this in mind, it could cause uprise within the piece and give the performance a bad reputation. So for instance, if you was going to do a theme like, because now here this is very about today and the concerns of modern day life, you could think, right, what's going on in the world right now? So if you wanted to think about LGBT, you could think about how that's caused a lot of uprise, or Black Lives Matter. Some people have different views to others, so if someone said something or it was worded in the wrong way, people may be offended by this, and in the long run the musical isn't a hit because it's been run down so much by others because of their own personal experiences or views on it, so it isn't successful in the long run. So what are the opportunities? You can use the art of conveying a theme rather than a plot to make your audience to go out and make change on the world. For example, with Cats being debatably a concept musical, the running theme throughout the piece is acceptance and forgiveness. A member of the audience can particularly relate to this as it's something they can connect with through emotional memory and therefore want to do something about it in their personal lives. So, another example of this, once again, because now here this is about modern day life and the ideas of that, you could think about another theme from what's going on in the world right now. So, once again, if you pick Black Lives Matter, if it's something you feel really passionate about and you want people to accept it, you could do a whole piece on that and make people want to go out and intellectually, in a creative way, inform them about it and make them aware of exactly what it's about, why you're wanting to do this and how they can, but in a creative way that it's not you just write like reading a list of facts. You do it within a performance style. So it can be quite powerful in the form of that. So this is something you can particularly, if there's a piece in the script that you particularly, in Now Hear This, that you particularly can relate to, this is something you can think of and particularly work on that you are passionate about and you want to make change in within the piece. Thank you for listening.